Great morning. This is your Monday morning marriage minded message with Kristen Young, the marriage enthusiast. So early this morning, I posted my daily fitness challenge post, which was if at first you don't succeed, FTDI, which stands for follow the daggone instructions. And the gym that I'm working out with and the group that I work with, the focus is following the instructions. It's a 6-week program and they give you a nutrition plan. They give you a fitness plan. You have to work out a minimum of 5 days a week. And they have a full manual of what to follow in order to lose a minimum of 20 pounds in 6 weeks. So one of the things that they encourage and stress in the manual is that you need to follow the instructions. So often people get caught up with, yes, I want to lose that 20 pounds. I know I can do it in the 6 weeks. This is great. But when they look at the nutrition plan or when it comes down to actually doing the work and getting through those 6 weeks, this is week 2 for me, it becomes, can I have, what about if I just add a little bit of, what if I just had a cheat day and all these excuses and all these options to move away from the instructions. So what they encourage you, don't ask. Follow the instructions. They're there for a reason. They're proven. There's more than enough people who have been through the process, who have followed the instructions to get the results that we want. So oftentimes we find this same challenge in life skills with just maturing in life, whether it's parenting and of course with marriage. We say, well, there's no official instruction manual. How do I go through this? And granted, there are plenty of resources that we can refer to in order to get the support we need to mature our lives and to become better parents and better spouses. But what I want to focus on is the fact that the instruction manual that you often are missing is your spouse. See, our spouses are talking to us all the time, and it's up to us to actually listen. There are so many opportunities where our spouse may offer complaints or may share dreams, share ideas, share information that they like to do and things that's on their minds. But a lot of times we miss it because we're not listening. Sometimes we get frustrated because our spouses are frustrated with things that, or feeling unhappy or feeling like they're not content with certain areas of our marriage or certain areas where we can improve. And we get frustrated because we have this laundry list of things that we've already done, i.e. the actual laundry, or we've helped put the kids to bed, or maybe we've gone grocery shopping or what have you. And those things are great and those things are valuable. Those things are necessary to help the household, to help the family, to help the marriage. But there's a reason why your spouse is issuing certain complaints. So it's up to us to listen and not be defensive. Listen to what your spouse is saying. Ask appropriate questions. Ask them to just explain what their thoughts are, what's on their mind. Explain in detail a little bit more about what they're asking for. Sometimes it's something as simple as spending more quality time, being more intentional with the quality time, not just always being some happenstance, or we don't have the kids this week, so maybe we should go out. Be intentional about planning those date nights. Oftentimes when we think about the things that we're doing, we're so caught up in, well, I know I've done this, that, and the third, and I've done these 5 things this week, so she must be good, or he should be fine. But they're not, because we're missing what's important to our spouses. What's important to us is not always the same as what's important to our spouses. That's not the thing that makes us tick the same way that makes our spouses tick. So it's up to us to listen and hear what they have to say. And if you need to put pen to paper, do that. When you sit down and have a conversation, I encourage couples to have a minimum of a weekly conversation just to detox. Say, hey, how was your week? What worked well for you within our marriage? What worked well for you with our kids? What do you want to see for next week? What do you want us to do more of? How can we improve? How can I improve? And listen. Ask the questions, then listen. Don't be defensive. Take notes. Hear what your spouse has to say. Sometimes it may be you're working a little bit more overtime than I would like. And granted, you are doing it for the benefit of the family. You want to see your savings account grow, and you want to make sure you have money for the vacation that's coming up or what have you. So your intentions are great. But if it means you're working all this extra overtime and taking away from the quality time that you could have at home with your family, that can be reevaluated. And you have to look at what is truly the best benefit for our family. Having that extra $200 for vacation or having the extra 2 hours at home with your family. So I encourage you, one, to schedule a meeting with your spouse this week. Schedule time where it's quiet, no distractions, no Facebook, no phone calls, just you and your spouse. Sit down and have a conversation. Do a check-in with each other. And I encourage you to do it at least once a week, but plan it for this week. Get it done this week. And then once you have that conversation, take note, whether it's mental or whether it's actually written. But if it's mental, don't forget it. That's not an excuse. That's not fair. But make sure you take note and take action. Take action. It could be something you can do that night or tomorrow that says, this is how much I love you. This is how we are making improvements in your marriage. And be consistent. Be consistent. Start with one thing at a time and find a way to become consistent in that thing. Whether it's giving a better hug, giving a better kiss when they come in the door, having more one-on-one conversation, taking that moment when they come home each night just to say hello and truly find out how your day was, not just ask and keep it moving. So I encourage you to take this opportunity to follow the instructions your spouse is giving you. Have a great week. Make it intentional, and I will see you next Monday.